In fact, I want to keep us moving down to a team that we had a lot of questions about, right? A lot of questions about. The Atlanta Falcons. They had the number 4 pick. There was a lot of conversation. Should they trade it, move down, gather more picks? Should they draft the heir apparent for Matt Ryan? They did something.
Well, they made a decision. They said, we are going to buy in for right now. We have Matt Ryan for a couple more years. We've got some talented offensive pieces in Ridley and Julio Jones. Let's go for something. Now, based on that, I don't know if that's the right decision. Given what they did, though, and the choice they made, they did not go wrong by picking Kyle Pitts number 4 overall. He is, I believe, and we've said this before the draft, and we didn't talk about him too much, but he is a transcendent pass catcher. Forget the tight end label. He is a transcendent pass catcher who has the ability to be as good as anybody. He has a wingspan greater than Megatron. He ran like a 4.3 something, or low 4.4 at his pro day. Looked fantastic and dominant in the SEC in college, which has some of the best athletes in the country. And when you get that kind of player in the draft, when you're clearly the best non-quarterback available. And so I'm going to give the Falcons an A, mostly off of the Kyle Pitts pick alone. I think he is going to be that good of a player for a very long time, especially looking at where the athletic tight end is going in this league.
Wow, that's aggressive. I did like Kyle. Wow, that's the nicest thing I think you may have ever said about any Atlanta team on this podcast.
I think you're wrong, but Kyle Pitts is going to be nice.
Look, I can't disagree. Everything says that Kyle Pitts is going to be a monster. Kyle Pitts is probably going to be a 60-plus catch guy as a rookie. I'm with you. There will be dominant on offense. I'm interested to see how their defense goes. I cannot give them an A because I feel like they reached at 40 in the second round, grabbing Richie Grant. Safeties don't go that high generally, and that's for a reason, right? Their defense was atrocious last year. They spent, half, if not more, of their first 3-4 picks on offense, where that was not where they needed to get better.
So yes, and I'll say, actually, I had them at an A-. Sorry, I misread. A-. You can check my notes. But I think more importantly for them, a good chunk of defense is possibly strategy. It was play calling. They got up, their offense got up big in games, and they couldn't hold a lead. So that is more about mentality. That's just as much about mentality and play calling than it is about talent. Because they were doing something right to be able to get up big on teams that had pretty solid offenses. They just couldn't maintain that throughout the course of the game and be consistent. And so I think with the new coaching staff coming in, a little bit of new talent, a little pushback on Richie Grant. I think he has potential to be a really all-around good player with a little bit of development, possibly even a Pro Bowl caliber safety, which I think merits taking him this high in the draft. And I think that they, particularly throughout the rest of the draft, got really good value acquisitions for positions of need. They got some help, like we said, also in the secondary in the 4th round. They got some offensive line help. They got some little bit of defensive help on the edge rusher and D tackle. Overall, is a good draft for what they chose to do. And that's what you got to, that's what I'm really weighing heavily on in my draft grades, is what the team decided to do or where they are right now and how well did their draft strategy fit that.
Okay, so you believe they had a plan, they executed the plan well, and that's why you're high on them.
Yes.
I'm with you.